Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and today is the day that the baby is born from the parents of CSGO and Overwatch, and that child's name is Valorant. Now at this point you have probably already heard of Valorant. For a month there was a beta that your favorite YouTuber or streamer or circus clown, their circus clown by the way, that has already talked about Valorant and even played Valorant. In regards to me and my initial thoughts on Valorant, I think it's a great game. Yeah, there are a lot of aspects that are very similar to other video games, which is the whole point of this series, if you even want to call it that, where I talk about 5 things Valorant copied from Overwatch, because this is supposed to be an entertaining series. I'm not genuinely upset that there are some similarities between the two games. It's just kind of fun to look at some of the agents and be like, come on, Riot, come on, bruh. So just know that by me making a video talking about 5 things Valorant copied from Overwatch, that's all for fun, and that it's not me hating on Valorant. Just like how I made all those videos a couple years ago talking about 5 things Fortnite copied from Overwatch. I think Fortnite is a great game, I think Valorant's a great game, and I think Overwatch is a great game. Now, I might be a little bit biased when saying that, but I just want to be known that this is all just for fun, and when I talk about some of these things, you're gonna probably agree with me like, probably could have been a little bit more creative than just to copy some aspects of some already established heroes in Overwatch. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to talk about the things that the new kid in school copied from the valedictorian in school. It's time to talk about what Valorant copied from Overwatch. Number 1, the Agent Omen and the Hero Reaper. Omen, like, he's the same guy! Like anybody with half a brain that has spent 5 seconds playing Reaper, which is all the Overwatch community, they're gonna take a look at Omen and already draw some similarities to the characters. And that's really just what we're comparing, is the characters, because out of all the things to make to represent your agents in your new FPS game, you decide to make a character that is dark, evil, mysterious, and hides in the shadows, and also alongside that has a voice actor that talks in a very evil and dark kind of voice. What does that remind you of? Oh, it's Reaper from Overwatch, of course. But hey, if I don't have your respect to make that claim for you to understand that, let me just point fingers at Donkey, where in his Valorant video, one of his segments literally is him exposing Omen for just being Reaper.
I think this is Reaper.
I will be their nightmare.
Yep.
I mean, when you have someone like Donkey, who is a 10-time esports I can't even joke about that. When you got someone like Donkey who spent years playing Riot Games, League of Legends games, as calling out making a similar character to an already established FPS game like Overwatch, that's when you know that you're gonna get people questioning their creativity and be like, where are you drawing inspiration from? Which validates this video. Barely. But I will give Riot Games where credit's due, because at least they gave Omen a different voice actor, which can't be the same for the number 2 spot. Number 2, Raze's voice actor and Sombra's voice actor. Carolina Ravassa, one of the most beloved voice actors in not only the Overwatch community, but the video game community. And that especially rings true when you find out that Riot Games went out and got the voice actor that voiced many of your favorite Spanish voice lines, from the Latina hero herself, Sombra, in the beloved video game Overwatch, to then voice the character in the brand new game Valorant that goes by the name of Raze.
There's nothing we can't do. Reach! Brajobachi! Did I say that right? Jobachi. Okay, mia familia. Leave the fireworks to me.
The character that loves explosions and loves to go boom. Kind of reminds you of a character that loves to go boop, but we're not gonna talk about that. Raze is the explosion-heavy Brazilian agent in Valorant with that sassy, loud, too cool for school attitude that is voiced by, well, none other than Carolina Ravassa. And admittedly, I didn't even know Raze had the same voice actor as Sombra's voice actor, which I gotta give credit to Carolina, because it's not like she just has one single sound when it comes to her voice acting. And that can't really be said with a lot of other video game characters' voice actors. I mean, just look at Valorant for an example. Brimstone, one of the other agents, has the same exact voice actor as Dempsey from Call of Duty, and they sound exactly the same.
If any of you got a problem with me, take it out on my double.
But one thing I want to be made clear is that I'm not at all mad for Riot Games going out and finding such an awesome and talented voice actor like Carolina, and I'm especially not mad for Carolina going out and getting the bag and voice acting such an awesome character like Raze. I love the fun nature characters that don't take themselves so serious, which you find find a lot in Valorant, where Raze is a nice change of pace. And a lot of that is due to Carolina's tremendous voice acting. So while this is like a blatant copy, like there is no doubt to that, they are the same exact people when it comes to voice acting. The characters are two polar opposites. That's kind of the job of a voice actor, is to go out and get a job. It's not like your plumber is loyal to just your house, and it's not like Carolina is just loyal to Overwatch. But here's the thing that I do want to point out to credit her even more, is that even after Valorant came out, she is still repping Overwatch, repping Sombra. She loves Sombra so much. Raze, she might have seen that as just a job, but I am so happy for it because you just know that she's rolling in so much coin now. Number 3, Sova's Hunter's Fury and Hanzo's Dragon Strike. God damn, like, we're back to Sova. So in case you guys don't know, last video, I already talked a lot about Sova and how similar he was to Hanzo, whether it was the Huntsman character or his abilities, but now we gotta talk about his ultimate. Okay, so we all know Hanzo's Dragon Strike ultimate ability. It's this dragon that just flies through the map and does a copious amount of damage as long as you're standing right in front of it. You shoot it from one of your multiple annoying and somewhat overpowered arrows, and wherever you shoot it, it's gonna go through the walls on a horizontal X-axis. Now let's look on the flip side and look at Sova's ultimate, Hunter's Fury. First of all, it's Sova's ultimate, which some people can say is just a blatant copy from Overwatch's ultimate, but hey, at least you have to get kills to be able to charge it up, but then you fire it from one of your various arrows. You shoot it, and it goes through walls. The only difference here is that you fire it in threes. Shoot 1, then you shoot 2, then you shoot 3, it goes through walls, and it does damage just as long as you're sitting right in front of it or inside of it. What does that remind you of? Oh, that's right, a couple of Dragon Boys going through walls and doing some damage, destroying your life and making you cry for years on end. Now this is where some people would try to discredit me, all the while calling me mean names in the comments saying, see, this is where you're wrong, because with Sova, you shoot in 3s, Hanzo, you shoot in 1. And while there is some truth to be told with that, here's what I will say. Some people will say they're not exactly the same, but there's nobody saying that they're completely different either. This just goes back to the original point that I tried to make with Omen and Reaper. Out of all the various kinds of characters that they could have made an alien-like character. They could have made a robot like, well, no, but there's Bastion, then I would have been here saying, oh, they copied Bastion. But out of all the different themes of characters that Riot Games could have made for their agents, they decided to make a Huntsman character with an ultimate very similar to Hanzo, plus a sonic arrow too. Like, oh God, Sova I think is more of a copy of Hanzo than Omen is of Reaper. But if you want some more ultimate talk, then take a look at number 4. Number 4, Breach's Rolling Thunder and Reinhardt's Earth Shatter. So here I go again, making a claim that one of the agent's ultimates in Valorant is just another copy of another ultimate seen in Overwatch, this time featuring Breach and Reinhardt. So first, let's talk about Reinhardt's Earth Shatter, because if you understand the name of his ultimate, then you can kind of see the comparison. But basically, Reinhardt's ultimate is, guess what? It's in the name. You slam the hammer, and the earth goes boom, and shatters, and it stuns you. So what does Breach's ultimate do, you might ask? Basically that same thing. Breach's ultimate slams the ground, and if you're in the vicinity of that cone of the Earth Shatter, Rolling Thunder, I'm so very sorry, then you're gonna be stunned for a couple of seconds so that we can do our biz nasty on you. But this is where the Valorant fanboys that aren't gonna recognize that the whole entire point of this series is to have fun, where they gotta take this video so serious and type in the comments, oh my God, I hate you, I hate Overwatch, I'm gonna find out where you live and steal pancakes. Don't steal pancakes, she did nothing wrong, but I'm gonna find out where you live, I'm gonna tick your old toes, because these are not the same ultimate, bro, you act, and you're right, they're not. Similar to Sova's case, they have one different aspect to them, and here, Breach's ultimate can go through walls, but you still shatter the earth. So that's why I said, if you understand Earth Shatter and the name and origin story behind it, then you're gonna really look at this ultimate and be like, yeah, they really couldn't think of anything else other than just shattering the earth right in front of you to stun people. But if that didn't make you question life when it comes to video game companies, their lack of creativity, then how about this last and final thing that Valorant copied from Overwatch? Number 5, Raze's Blast Pack and Junkrat's Concussion Mine. Raze is back again, this time just sharing similarities to Junkrat, another beloved hero. I think every hero is beloved, other than Hanzo, in Overwatch, but this time around, they decided decided to take the concussion mine from Junkrat that is used for not only DPS purposes, but also mobility purposes because he's kind of a slow boy. So they took that concussion blast aspect and renamed it to a blast pack, gave it to Raze, stole the voice actor from Sombra, and boom, gave her explosions. Wait, that's also just Junkrat. He loves explosions too. Let's talk about Raze being just the same character as Junkrat. No, just stick to the blast pack. But I mean, do I even really need to talk about the blast pack? You throw it on the ground as Raze and you're able to prepare yourself forward or prepare yourself in the arc motion so that you're harder to hit, so that you can get the jump on the enemy and kill them. Because it's not like Riot Games could have came up with any other way to make her bounce or make her prepare herself. No. She needed something that was explosion-y because she loves explosions. Kinda similar to Junkrat. But with this one, I could be reaching, just like with all these other claims I could be reaching. I mean, maybe Riot Games didn't take inspiration from Mei's Ice Wall. And maybe when it comes to Sonic Arrow with Sova, they didn't get it from Hanzo. Or maybe when they made a very edgy and emo boy with Omen, they didn't take a little bit of cliff notes from Reaper and put them into their own game. But with all that being said, the last thing that I want to say is that the whole entire point for these videos were just to poke fun at Valorant and Riot Games. I'm not mad at Riot Games for doing what works because people like Reaper, people like the voice actor for Sombra, people like Hanzo. People like Reinhardt. If it helps them make a great FPS game for other people to enjoy video games, then go ahead, because as a gamer, that's all I want, are for good video games for people to be able to play and enjoy. But now that I finally got that off my chest, enjoy Valorant, enjoy Overwatch, and enjoy the rest of your day. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.